The stock of the day is brought to you by IG, Australia's #1 CFD provider. With over 17,000 markets and extended trading hours, turn US earnings season volatility into opportunity. Get started at IG.com.
And our stock of the day is Paladin. It has released its quarterly update showing that over the September quarter, the company reporting 24.6 million in inflows from financing activities, notably buoyed by a $45 million in borrowings, registering an outflow from operating and investing activities. The company saying operational challenges impacted all feed and production volumes, at sitting on unrestricted cash of 55 million US. And of course, this comes off the back of the Langer Heinrich. It's ramping up that production, pretty much remaining on track, but I guess it's just as to what is ahead. And that update has been savagely dealt with by the market this morning, some 20% down on the stock. Ben, how do you account for that?
I'm not too sure, Andrew. I don't cover, we don't follow Paladin particularly closely, and we're not shareholders. My only comments would be that when we've seen it with the lithium stocks, and we've seen it with, it's not just uranium as a commodity, although I do believe uranium is a lot more technical when you're going into a ramp up of a mine, particularly a mine that's been closed for many years. And I just think it's inevitable that you're going to get issues as the mine comes back on track. Now, how significant these issues are, I'll leave to the experts, but I don't know whether this is an overreaction, an underreaction, but it shouldn't be a surprise is probably the main thing I'd say.
We have seen the other uranium stocks come off as a result. Do you have a broader view on the uranium sector?
Not really. I just feel like, to me, it just felt a bit overhyped, probably recently, and I think that this is maybe a reminder that uranium is a very difficult mineral to physically mine, and particularly in jurisdictions like Paladin is operating out of, and it's not easy, but that in itself can mean, I've sort of got the view that nuclear is a complete no-brainer for the world to be embracing going forward, but it's going to take long periods of time for that to flow through. And, the market, as we've seen today, it can be very short-sighted. And so my only sort of comments would be, I'm sure it's going to continue to be a bumpy ride. Paladin could be a great buy at these levels. It might not.
David, what are your thoughts? It has been said that perhaps uranium is where lithium was 12 months ago, which should be a bit of a dire warning, but nonetheless, how do you see it?
Yeah, look, fairly similar to Ben in that it's not a stock or sector really that we cover too closely. The announcement today didn't read too badly, although I suspect that the market is probably looking at the cash flow and the fact that they do have $55 million of cash, but based on my rough calculations, that might last them for 4 quarters based on the current production. But with that Langer Heinrich mine going further down the path of production, they may need more cash relatively soon. So I think that could be part of the reaction that the market's had to today's announcement, that there's possibly a capital raise to happen over the next 6 to 12 months. As Ben said, it's a very, very volatile sector. You need to be aware of the risks if you're investing in a stock like Paladin, and it really is a bit of a trader's stock. So potentially a bit of an opportunity there, but I think it's probably one that I'd be steering clear of at the moment as well.
All right, so essentially you're both a no to it then, or if you were in it, what would you do with it?
Watch for the for the volatility of the stock. Certainly wouldn't be, I don't generally sell out on days when the market's down 20%. I'd probably be holding on to it at this point.
Yeah. Ben, what would you do with it?
Yeah, I'd probably, if I was in it, I'd probably wait and see what the analysts have got to say about this and try and get a bit of understanding of how serious this problem is. I mean, David's absolutely right. You've got to have one eye on the balance sheet and whether they've got enough cash to get through this ramp up. So, you know, if I thought that there was a risk that they're going to have to raise capital again, I'd probably get out. But if you thought that they can get through this, I'd probably stick with it from this point.
All right, that is the view then on the stock of the day, Paladin Energy.
The stock of the day was brought to you by IG. Turn volatility into opportunity this US earnings season with extended trading hours on over 110 key US shares. Get started at IG.com.